honoring partner plus legs. And so you guys are moving and shaking this thing. We want to help you get from those 3 to 4 to 5, and those were 4 to 5 up to. And so we're doing a double eagle night owl for a reason. And I just remember when Ann and I were coming up in the business, I wanted to hear from those top producers, because me personally, I wanted to know, what are they doing so I can do it and I could rise up to that level. A rising tide raises all ships. I wanted to be empowered by the people that were in the forefront. Yep. And so these folks are setting a great example. They got great work ethics and they got the structure. So it's going to be exciting to hear from them. Now, we actually have 5 couples that qualify for this. However, well, 5, let me say 5 IBO ships that qualify for this. And Tyler and Brittany Madison, they're not on this, although they have qualified and requalified their double eagle ship because they spoke with Kevin Bell. And so they spoke both Kevin and today. And so they won't be on. However, we have Josh and Elena Larson. We have Joe and Roxy Galatola. And we have Joe and Jen Santamarina. And we've also got Luz Echeverria. So I hope I got your name right there, Luz Echeverria. If that's wonderful. Is that okay? Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You gotta roll the R's.
Echeverria. Right, Echeverria. Okay, got it. Okay. And so, but I'll just call you Luz for short. And so we have some questions that we like to begin with. And I asked Ann to come up on this as well as we do this panel, because I think it's important for Ann to ask some of the ladies some questions as well as some of the guys also, because we're a team. And so, so the first question that I'd like to ask you guys is, what are your top 3 habits that you implemented to go from 3 legs to eagle and then from eagle to double eagle? So let's start with Luz.
Hello. First, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to really speak. And it's really a true blessing and a pleasure to be able to serve the team. I don't take this moment lightly. So thank you so much. Really for me.
You earned it. But let me just say this. Luz is from the Bola Papalato team. And your upline is Brian and Sia, and you got a great upline. So go ahead, Luz.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for me, I really, I guess what I struggled with, and I'll just kind of lead into that. I really struggled with reading. It was really, really challenging for me, mostly because my family didn't really teach me to be a reader. So I really had to learn how to implement those habits. And then really, instead of focusing on the quantity of my reading, I really had to focus on the quality of my reading. And then obviously the taking action. You know, C always says that the word personal development is just an action word. And if you're not taking action, then you're not educated. Was definitely a big thing and a big journey for me to have to kind of cross through that hurdle. Listening was also big as well. Listening was a little bit easier for me. I learned that like my sanguine nature really loves to listen. And then really most importantly is communicating with my coach, Brian and Sia. And
now,
that
you said most importantly. I want you to all take note of that. You know, you got to listen to some of the underlining words. Most importantly, go ahead.
Yeah. And I just want to say there's no one habit that's more important than the other habit, right? I heard Tony says the most important habit is the one you're not doing, point blank, right? So, but in times where I wasn't growing the most, I wasn't communicating the most. And it really started to affect my leadership, and it started to affect how I showed up and how other people were experiencing me, right? And I realized that if I just communicated a little bit more, if I just put my ego aside, if I just allowed Brian and Sia to pour into me a little bit more, then maybe my track record will look a little bit different, right? But I'm where I am today, and I'm super grateful because I'm exactly where I need to be to learn the lessons that I need to learn to develop myself as a leader and to being able to just continue to impact lives. So really, I would say reading, listening, and also communicating with my coach, because they're my lifeline. They know me more than I know myself. Right. And even in times where I really felt like I lacked confidence, they were there to restore that. They were there to replenish that. And I wasn't allowing myself the opportunity to be replenished, to refill my cup. And then also too, and I would just want to say, at every level, there's new things you have to learn about leadership. So I was taking like, okay, this is what I know how to lead a team of 10, and implementing the same laws and the principles. And it was like, no, there's a whole new set of laws. There's a whole new set of principles that you actually have to implement to even lead a team of 40 and 50. So you need to go back to Brian and Sia, because they know what's going on. And you're just, little goldfish, and you're really trying to figure it out on your own, and you can't. This is not a figure it out in your own business. You need to be open to